Broadcasting live from the studios of World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin, USA. This is WXPO News.
Good morning and welcome to WXPO News at 10 on this brisk Thursday morning, October 4th. I am Laura Hirschleb. Here's what's coming up on today's show. Christmas came early this year when MB Lucky Lady Feliz Navidad, owned by Rivendell Farms of Pittsburgh in Bulgar, Pennsylvania, was tapped as grand champion of the International Jersey Show. Highlights from both the Junior and the Open Jersey Show, as well as the International Milking Shorthorn Show, are ahead. It takes high-quality feed to run a successful dairy. The World Forage Analysis Super Bowl, a contest that rewards producers for growing high-quality forages, announced the grand champion winners yesterday. We have highlights coming up. World Dairy Expo, like all of you back at home viewing on while you're doing chores or taking a break for breakfast, is always trying to improve and grow to fit the needs and demands of the changing global dairy industry. Al Deming, president of the World Dairy Expo Board of Directors, will take a break from his busy week to visit with us about the future of World Dairy Expo. But first, yesterday, Laley, a longtime World Dairy Expo commercial exhibitor, announced their two last finalists for their Way of Dairy Award. According to Laley, the award is intended to recognize the most progressive dairy operations who want to maximize each cow's potential while changing the daily tasks on the dairy to be more sustainable, profitable, and enjoyable. We sent field consultant Andrea Stolzberg to the announcement to talk with the winners.
Through the program, we have now announced two finalists, and today we're going to tell you our final two that are both here in the crowd today. Our first farm comes to you from Indiana, the little town of Thornville, Indiana, which is north of Indianapolis, situated in between Lebanon and Crawfordsville. And these great people, like I said, are the fourth generation is here on the farm. So I'd like to announce to you Margaret and Charles Carter.
We are here with another Laley Way to Dairy semifinalist. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves and about your farming operation?
We are Charlie and Margaret Carter from Thorntown, Indiana, which is just northwest of Indianapolis. We milk 120 cows, do a lot of rotational grazing.
What does the future of your farm look like, or what are some goals you have coming up?
Well, we have a daughter that works with us, Kelly McKinnon, and she has 4 children of her own, and what we'd like to see happen is be able to continue to improve the dairy, improve both the facilities on the dairy, but also improve the herd genetically so that we can be positioning ourselves for the future.
You mentioned your daughter. Is there any other family members involved on your farm, or why don't you tell us kind of where your family's spread out at and what possibly getting robots would mean to your farm?
We have 3 other children. One other daughter lives in our local area, and she has some cows in our herd. Our son is in Kentucky, and our youngest daughter is in Nebraska, and they don't have any cattle in our herd. So,
grandchildren?
And we have the 17 grandchildren spread around.
This farm family, first generation dairy producers, sat back and said, what can we do with that empty building? How can we own our own milk production? How can we take control of what we're doing? With 6 kids, 3 of them were college athletes. This farm family, the mom and dad milked at 10 and 10 so that they could run up and down the road and get their kids to their games and practices. So here we are with 4 adult children that don't want to leave dairy, want to stay in the industry. So the family determined that they needed to process their own milk. They're making ice cream, and they're also making cheese curds, and you can sit in the facility and see it done while you're eating an ice cream cone. So today I would also like to introduce to you the Takis family. Dean, Dustin, and Kelsey. Come on up.
All right, we are here with Dustin at World Dairy Expo, and they just found out they're one of the semifinalists for the Laley's Way to Dairy. Dustin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your farm?
Yeah, we have a 140 cow dairy farm located in Ely, Iowa, so just outside of Cedar Rapids in Iowa City. And 2.5 years ago, we decided that as a family as a whole, wanted to start processing our own milk. So we have a creamery about 4 miles away from our dairy farm that we take a portion of our milk currently and making bottled milk, cheese curd, and ice cream out of.
Looking into the future, what is the next steps in moving forward with your farm?
Moving forward with our farm, our ultimate goal is within the next couple years is transitioning into robotic milking. Being a finalist for this award with Laley has really kind of motivated us, given us a great opportunity, and excited us to moving in that direction. And so hopefully within the next couple years we can transition into that robotic milking.
Tell us a little bit about what all family members are involved with your farm.
So in our family there's 6 kids. Four of the 6 are still involved in the farm creamery or the farm creamery, both. So I have a younger brother that does a lot of the feeding. I myself work at the creamery in the production and then help out with the farming as well as another job. And then I also have another younger brother that is kind of a utility player. He does a lot of the deliveries, helps out on the farm. And then my younger sister is in charge of marketing and kind of a jack of all trades, so she helps out as well at the creamery.
Laley for using World Dairy Expo as one of your platforms for announcing 2 of the finalists for such a large honor. Before we dig deeper into today's news, let's do a check of the markets. Joining us this morning for the Market Report is Brian Winnikins with WRDN Radio here in Wisconsin. How are the markets looking this morning, Brian?
Well, good morning, Laura. Good morning, everyone. Markets are a little bit lower on the dairy side this morning. Milk markets were lower yesterday due to the drop in the dairy product prices. Currently, November milk down 6 at $15.98, December down 6 at $15.92. January milk down 4 at $15.83, while February milk currently still steady at $15.75. In the livestock sector at the Mercantile Exchange today, cattle markets still are lower today on some continuation of some technical selling, even though the cash markets, they're expected to be about $1 higher this week, but so far the traders are still taking some profits after recent gains in the market. October live cattle down 5 cents to $113.15. December now down 40 cents at $118. In the feeder cattle side, October down $1 currently to $156.87, while November's down $1.27 to $157.50. Meanwhile, on the hog side, extended technical selling is continuing today in the hog markets, even though there has been a little bit of strength in the cash markets over the last few days, but the traders still, like with cattle, wanting to continue to take some of those profits. October hogs now down 25 cents to $67.22, while December down $1.02 to $56.12. Meanwhile, in the grain markets at the Chicago Board of Trade, different story. They're moving up mostly higher today. Corn markets moving higher due to the expectations of additional wet weather, especially in portions of the Corn Belt where between now and next Wednesday could see anywhere from 3 to 7 inches of rain across portions of the Corn Belt. And that, of course, will cause some more harvest delays, especially in parts of the upper Midwest. Also, traders looking at possible higher export sales today in the export inspections report. That's also helping to support prices. December corn currently up 2.5 now to $367.5. New crop 19 up 1 3/4 to 4.5. Meanwhile, in the soybean markets, they are also moving mostly higher today. Expectations of a higher weekly export inspections report coming out later on today could support prices as well. Also, there's still a little bit of expectations of maybe some beneficial trade with Brazil because of Brazil sending a lot of soybeans to China. November soybeans now up 5 to 866 3/4. New crop 19 up 4 3/4 to 933 3/4. And in the wheat markets today, they are also moving higher. Traders are still kind of watching what's going to happen with Russia. Russia's been talking, or at least there's been news that Russia's been talking about limiting exports of Russian wheat. And that would be beneficial for U.S. wheat producers, especially in the export markets. Also concerns about the Australian wheat crop with some of the weather conditions there is also helping to support wheat. December wheat currently up 4 1/4 to 519.5, while new crop 19 up 3.5 to $5.49.5. That is the check of markets on this Thursday morning. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio in Durand, Wisconsin. Back to you, Laura.
Thanks so much for stopping by, Brian, and certainly to you and for all our ag reporters that are reporting on our week-long activities here at World Dairy Expo. Up ahead, 4-year-old milking shorthorn Maple Fudge of 12 Oaks claimed 2 grand champion titles yesterday. We'll have full results. But first, we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors.
The newest member of Dairy Tech's herd was bred to help you with the newest member of yours. She's the perfect cross of Dairy Tech pasteurization technology and the simplicity of the perfect udder colostrum management system. At half the price of any competitive product on the market, pasteurizing and warming your colostrum has never been easier or more cost-effective. Say hello, Matilda. Check her out at perfectudder.com.
Welcome back. You are looking live at the exhibition hall where you can see that traffic is picking up. We have some shoppers already scoping out some World Dairy Expo souvenirs at our Purple Cow gift shop, the official gift shop of World Dairy Expo. And we know that traffic is just going to continue on as the day goes on. We have so many great programs, meetings, shows, educational events, and booths to feature throughout the grounds. So that's exciting times for sure in the X Hall. MB Lucky Lady Feliz Navidad, owned by Rivendell Farms of Pittsburgh, and Bulgar, Pennsylvania, strutted her stuff to win the 4-year-old cow class yesterday. From there, she went on to be selected senior champion and grand champion of the 2018 International Jersey Show. Feliz Navidad is no stranger to the colored shavings, winning the senior 3-year-old cow class last year, and then going on to be selected as the intermediate champion of last year's Jersey Show. Here you can see some footage of the show. Reserve champion honors yesterday went to South Mountain Voltage Radiant. She was exhibited by Ernest Kiefner and Terry Packard of Boonesboro, Maryland. Premier breeder honors were awarded to Pleasant Nook Farms of Ayr, Ontario, and Rivendell Farms of Pittsburgh in Bulgar, Pennsylvania earned premier exhibitor honors. In total, 388 entries were evaluated by official judge Pat Conroy of Angola, Indiana, and his associate judge, Justin Burdett, hailing from Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Although the Jersey Show is done, jerseys again take center stage during World Dairy Expo's first virtual farm tour today. It will feature Young's Jersey Dairy from Yellow Springs, Ohio. The Youngs will share herd highlights as well as information about their value-added products and agritourism efforts. This tour will be presented at noon and is sponsored by the American Jersey Cattle Association. Then at 2 p.m., Sells Prawley Dairy, located in Humbird, Wisconsin, will showcase their 450 cow milking herd, home to the current worldwide record holder for milk production. All virtual farm tours take place in the Mendota 2 room, which is located in our exhibition hall, or if you can't make it out to grounds, you can view them live here on Expo 360. Before we cover the rest of the results and today's activities, I am very, very honored to be joined by World Dairy Expo's board president, Al Deming. Al, hopefully you've got a chance to catch your breath, and thank you for visiting and joining us this morning.
It's been a great week so far. We're very, very excited here at the 52nd World Dairy Expo with the crowds, with the number of cattle, our commercial exhibitors and everything. It's going very, very well. Right now attendance is running about 13,000 people a day. So if we keep this up, we'll be hitting our 65,000 in that range like we have year after year. So we're very pleased with the attendance so far. Our cattle shows are just tremendous this year. The depth and quality of the cattle, you know, it started right out with the Holstein Junior show. That show has to be one of the top 2 or 3 Holstein shows in the whole United States. And the quality was so deep in that, and it's carried on to the rest of the breeds as well that have been exhibited so far. We currently have a little over 2,200 cattle here on the grounds. We're within 30 head of where we were last year. So again, we're very, very pleased with the turnout of our cattle exhibitors. This year, we're very excited about something new in the cattle show, and that's our Supreme Heifer competition. This will be the first year that we will recognize the junior champion from each of our breed shows on Saturday in the Supreme Champion, and we will be announcing a Supreme Champion heifer. So that's another new thing to World Dairy Expo, and we're very excited about it. A couple struggles going on this year. One would be the weather, obviously.
Right.
We park a lot of the cattle trailers and stuff in Quan Park here, which is kind of a hillside of clay. So yesterday we spent quite a bit of the day with a tow motor up there moving trailers out so that they were right at the edge of the gravel road so that exhibitors could get them out when Saturday comes, and with the prediction of more rain. So there's always a few things that the president and the board and the staff here get involved in, but the show has gone off very, very well this year, and we're very, very excited. Particularly exciting is our youth competition. We are very, very pleased with the number of youth that are here and youth participation. It started already early in the week when we had our fitting competition. A year ago in the fitting competition, there was 26 entries. This year it was 35 entries.
Right.
And the exciting part is the lady that won the girls division was from Germany, so it became an international fitting competition. That was very, very exciting. Again, more youth involved. Our collegiate, post-secondary, and 4-H judging contest. When you total those 3 together, we were up compared to a year ago in total teams there. And the practical contest of the post-secondary had an all-time record as far as number of teams. So we're off to a great start. We look forward tonight to the youth showmanship competition. Again, a record amount of young people will be exhibiting on the colored shavings in the showmanship competition.
That's fantastic. It's just so amazing. I mean, I think when you hear those statistics and hear that information, it's such an incredible testament to all that World Dairy Expo has grown to be over the 52-year history. And as we embark on the next frontier, the future is very, very bright. I mean, we know the industry has some struggles, but it's exciting to come together and feel this energy and get reinvigorated. Can you speak a little bit about, I know kind of shifting gears slightly, that World Dairy Expo is doing some strategic planning and looking to the future. What is the board really digging into and looking at as you do those strategic plans and as you look ahead to the future of World Dairy Expo?
We continually try to make World Dairy Expo the event that everybody must attend that's in the dairy industry. That's why we have so many diverse different things. Whether you're here for a cattle show, whether you're here for the educational seminars, the virtual farm tours, to visit with our commercial exhibitors that have cutting edge technology to present to our dairy producers, or you're here for any of the other reasons. But one of the big reasons people come to World Dairy Expo is just to network with global dairy leaders from around the world. And when you're here in Madison, to renew old friendships and make new friendships. So we're continuing to expand that opportunity by expanding the hours in the tan bark. which is kind of an excellent place for social gathering and for people to do that. We're also looking at a lot of other things. We just formed a technology committee, and that committee's assignment is to get us more information on the people that attend World Dairy Expo. For years, we have had the RFID tag in our animals. We wand them when they get off the trailer. So as soon as our animals hit the ground, we know everything about them. We know what their last milk production was. We know their sire, their dam. We know their whole pedigree. Well, we're not going to put RFID tags in everybody that
good to
comes here.
know. I mean, so that's a plus.
But we are trying to develop ways that we can do some advanced registration and things like that, so we can find out more about who walks through the gates to help our commercial exhibitors to justify the dollars they spend to be here to present all the new things that they have. So we continue to work on that. As our industry changes, we're continuing to work on ways to get our large commercial dairies to send their management people here to get educated with our seminars and those kind of things and see the new technology. So we're looking at ways to continue to do that. So there's a lot of different things that the board staff are all working at. And one of the other big things is we count on over 500 volunteers. That is a major part of the success of World Dairy Expo, and we need to continue to work on getting volunteers to be part of World Dairy Expo, to continue that passion and excitement that our volunteers have. And we're so appreciative of all the people that help. Our people on committees, our volunteers, obviously our dedicated staff. That's what makes the job as president very easy, is when you've got all those dedicated people working around you and working with you.
Well, I think from a staff perspective, we sure feel the exact same way. And I just want to thank you so much, Al, for taking time out of your busy schedule. And you said it exactly right. The 52-year history of World Dairy Expo is built on our cattle exhibitors, our commercial exhibitors, and the volunteers, and those that were so committed to seeing this great show and looking to the future for the show. So thank you on behalf of all of us and the staff and getting to participate in today's show. We're so appreciative for all that the board does, our Dairy Cattle Exhibitor Committee, our Commercial Exhibitor Committee, our Education Committee, and all those volunteers. We wish you the best for the rest of Expo.
Thank you very much. We're very excited. We hope people continue to come here and enjoy the event.
Wonderful. Enjoy. All right, and we really appreciate also all the work, the Youth Enhancement Committee, that was another group, the International Advisory Committee. You know, the reach is really, we want to be always looking with our planning, the staff work, the volunteer work, well beyond just the boundaries of Madison, Wisconsin. And this is all about the entire world as we put on World Dairy Expo each year. In the World Forage Analysis Super Bowl contest, forage producers entered their highest quality forages in 7 different categories to compete for more than $22,000 in cash prizes. The winning forage samples are on display right here at World Dairy Expo in the east end of the arena building. Last week, we visited with Russell Strutz of Twin Rivers, Wisconsin, to learn more about his award-winning forage.
The farm started in I'm the 5th generation. It started in 1898.
You're awesome!
Like I said, I'm the 5th generation. At that point, back in 1970, we had about 100 cows. Back in the early 90s, we started talking about expanding the dairy out of the stall barn and getting into the freestall parlor, try to see if we can produce milk cheaper. So in 95, we expanded to about 350 cows. Well, our dairy currently is 1,200 cows that we milk here. We have about 1,800 acres to grow forage and additional acreage from contracts from other neighbors that we use for forage. Along with about 1,000 young stock. We raise calves from 0 to 5 months. Then they're shipped out to Kansas where they raise them for the additional time prior to calving. Forages are very important in our operation. With about 500 acres of alfalfa, that's what we have the custom operator come and do. Very important that we get that 160 to 170 relative feed value on our haylage. About 2/3 of our forage comes from corn silage, and the other remainders are obviously the haylage. So corn silage is a great part of our cow's diet. Just here recently in the last year, I planted BMR corn silage for the very first time. Put it in a bunker, separated it, and came about around May, we fed it for the first time. And when we did that, our nutritionists that we use said, let's just put the whole herd on BMR and analyze what the BMR will do for us. Because all through the years, we looked at we did fermentrix tests showing that the cows are digesting the feed too slowly. So we said we need something more rapid. We fed soy hulls, brewers, grain, some type of feed that we could get the cows to digest this feed quicker. We threw the BMR in there, the whole herd, like I said, in May. And by June, we had probably production that jumped to 7 to 8 pounds per cow per day, just on feeding straight BMR. So that's very important. Obviously, we made good forage previously using conventional silage, but when it came to this BMR, that's going to be a more of a future feed that we're going to be utilizing in the future. High quality forage, I would say, you know, we have a scout that goes through our fields all the time, and he's like, if there's a weed out there, it's taking nutrition value out of the ground and putting it into the weed, not your corn crop or your forage. So that's very important that we put the recommended herbicides onto the fields, that the corn crop does get the most potential it possibly can growing. The timing of the harvesting of that forage is very important. The dry matter, where it's at the time of harvest, and how it gets packed in the bunker, how the bunker gets covered, how quickly it gets covered, how you lock in that oxygen to preserve that feed is very important. So that would be something that I think top quality forage is how you manage it in the bunker, and how you feed it off would be a connection to something that's in the field that you're putting into the bunker. The experience of the contest really sparks me in saying that, yeah, we are doing a very good job, and we're one of the elites that are showing that that what we're doing is right. And like I said, the experience with BMR has shown me that production is connected with the digestibility levels that the BMR silage would give you. So yeah, I'm excited to be one of those finalists, and probably will re-enter again.
Russell Sample placed second in the BMR corn silage division, while Doter Dairy of Mill Hall, Pennsylvania was recognized as the grand champion forage producer of the contest. Like the Expo educational seminars held each year, forage experts from the U.S. Dairy Forage Research Center, University of Wisconsin, and other research centers present cutting-edge information and answer individual forage research questions at the dairy forage seminars that are held daily in the Arena building. Meanwhile, SV Inspiration Holly, owned and exhibited by River Valley Farms, Ben, Andy, Blessing, and Grace Sauter of Tremont, Illinois, received the nod for the 2018 International Junior Jersey Show Champion. That show wrapped up yesterday. She began the show by winning the 5-year-old cow class before being named Senior and Grand Champion of the Junior Show. The Sauters will take home the $500 Utter Comfort Grand Champion Cash Award and the Lillian and Keith King and Jim King Grand Champion of the Junior Show Award. Reserve Grand Champion and winner of the 6-year-old and older class was Meadow Ridge Jackknife Summer, exhibited by Michael Reevy and Aaliyah and Emma Anderson. After the break, I have milking shorthorn results, and we will hear from Ashley Brandel, owner of the 3-time Grand Champion of the International Junior Milking Shorthorn Show. We'll talk to you in a minute.
The newest member of Dairy Tech's herd was bred to help you with the newest member of yours. She's the perfect cross of Dairy Tech pasteurization technology and the simplicity of the perfect udder colostrum management system. At half the price of any competitive product on the market, pasteurizing and warming your colostrum has never been easier or more cost-effective. Say hello, Matilda. Check her out at perfectudder.com.
Welcome back. In the International Milking Shorthorn Show, Maple Fudge of 12 Oaks made it a clean sweep, not only being named Grand Champion of the Junior Show, but also the Open Show. This is such an incredible accomplishment. Not to mention, Fudge is owned by Colton and Ashley Brandel of Lake Mills, Wisconsin. Fudge began her thrilling day by winning the 4-year-old cow class, and she was just getting started. In the Open Show, the Reserve Grand Champion went to Kuzmar's Mega Laley 62, which was exhibited by John and Marjorie Kuzalik of Batavia, New York. And then in the Reserve Grand Champion of the Milking Shorthorn Junior Show was Lazy M PS Lazy Lump, exhibited by Scotty Young and Brett Grosvenor, hailing from Monroe, Wisconsin. Now here to talk about her exciting win, 3 years in a row for the Junior Show, and your first time for Grand and the Open Show. We have Ashley Brandel. It's such a pleasure to welcome you to the set. Ashley, how did it feel? What was it? Tell me like the emotions you were feeling yesterday.
I was not really expecting it at all, but I knew that, I could try as hard as I could because I had family and friends there to help me and encourage me to keep on going, even though I might not do as good as I have done in previous years. Like, she still means as much. Fudge still means as much to me as when I won.
Absolutely. And what does she mean to you? You know, I think, isn't it, I bet you feel this way maybe when you go to school, like your friends really appreciate all that you do when you're home on the farm, but maybe they don't really get it, you know, where they don't like, why is getting to lead such a special cow, why is that so important? What does that mean to you and your heart when you think about it, like on those snowy days when you have to go out and do chores?
Sometimes I'm just like, I have to do chores, but like when I'm actually out there, I realize like, what would I do if I didn't have a farm? Like, I'd be sitting in the house and that wouldn't really be any fun. And I like going outside and I like walking my calves. So, it's a great experience, but my friends, they don't, they get it, but they don't at the same time. They don't know how you have to take one goal at a time and accomplish one at a time, and they don't really know what it's like. So sometimes I try to bring my friends to my farm and show them what it's like so they can have the experience.
For sure. Tell me, does Fudge does she have a unique personality? Sometimes those show cows get kind of funny. Does she have any funny tendencies or anything that you're like, seriously, only Maple Fudge would do this type thing?
I don't really know if any other cows do this, but either when I put her show halter on or when I put her show halters on, she knows like it's show day, or we're bagging her, she knows it's show day, but when she's like steps foot in the ring and like sees the big lights and stuff, she knows it's game time, and I don't really have to hold up her head, which is nice.
That's amazing, right? Because those age cows get such heavy heads, right? My goodness. So you talked about you have a really, and I know this, you have such a special family and network and friends that, are here to cheer you on and help you every day of the year and to certainly celebrate a day like yesterday. Can you introduce our viewers and tell our viewers about your family and friends who are helping you get Fudge out into winning those titles yesterday?
Someone that's really inspired me like the whole way is Brett Hildebrandt, and I just want to say a special thank you to their family, Hildebrandt Family Farms, and then Straussdale Holsteins, and then my family, Matt and Tracy Brandel, and then my siblings, Colton, Katie, and Justin. That's
awesome. Isn't it, that's one of such of the special things, not only about the whole dairy industry, but being here at World Dairy Expo is just the network, you know you're amongst friends, you're amongst peers who, like we were talking about earlier, get it. So besides working on the farm and besides getting to lead and work with these amazing animals at the farm and with Maple Fudge, what else do you do in your spare time?
I really like sports. I play a lot of sports, and I work with my mom and Egg in the classroom, and it's actually really fun. I love teaching little kids what it's like and the experience, and then Dairy Quiz Bowl on the Jefferson County Dairy team, and dairy judging.
So, and wrapping up, so you're going to be in the spotlights again during the Supreme ceremony, but you've done this a couple times. What's it like? What do those emotions? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you ready to rock and roll and bring it? Tell me more.
I get butterflies before, but once I get in there, I'm fine. But I just like feel like I accomplished something, that like my goals that I reached it feels amazing and like unforgettable to like be underneath the spotlight. And I know that like it's a once in a lifetime chance, and it's just unforgettable because I know not most young kids get it, and I know that I've been working really hard, and it just feels like relieving.
It's like you want to put it all in a bottle and soak it in and take it with you for like the rest of your life. Congratulations, Ashley. We're also happy for you, happy for your family, and we wish you all the best on Saturday. It's an amazing accomplishment and truly a testament to the quality of cattle in the World Dairy Expo Junior Shows. The Master's Choice team had a busy day again yesterday, capturing all the sights, sounds, and emotions of the second day of this year's World Dairy Expo. Sit back and enjoy Wednesday's Master's Choice vlog.
Here we go!
You guys got any swag?
We do, but you gotta subscribe to YouTube first. Perfect. Got your little phone clip in your nice orange bag, and I got you a hat.
Love it. Thank you, Master Choice, for the vlog. Such a great portrayal of another day, another wonderful day at World Dairy Expo. People traverse half the globe to exhibit and attend World Dairy Expo's one-of-a-kind event. With the largest dairy-focused trade show combined with the greatest cows competing on the colored shavings, it truly is a can't-miss event in the global dairy industry. Joining me this morning is Crystal Ripp, World Dairy Expo's trade show manager. Thank you for being here, Crystal.
Absolutely.
We
Happy to be here,
appreciate
Laura.
it. So we heard from Al Deming, our board president, earlier about some of the cattle show specifics. Can you tell us about how many companies are here for the trade show? How many countries are being represented? Give us those stats.
Sure, absolutely. We have 890 participating companies here at the show this year. That does include both our commercial exhibitors in the trade show, as well as companies that participate in sponsorships. Maybe don't necessarily have a booth on the trade show floor, but they are here supporting the show with a brand presence. So that's pretty exciting to have them as well. So 890 companies, and they hail from 30 different countries, 44 different U.S. states, and 6 Canadian provinces. So a really wide mix of the world and global dairy economy.
That's amazing. And so we have the Trade Center and we have the arena building. We have commercial exhibitors all over the grounds. How have you seen those numbers for the trade show grow? Have they stayed pretty consistent over recent years?
Sure. Over the past few years, they are pretty consistent. Of course, here with the Alliant Energy Center, who is a great partner of ours in helping us build the show from the ground up each year, we have a limited footprint, of course. We do have exhibitors who are and companies who are wanting to participate that we just simply don't have room for. So it's a great problem to have, but we work each year to try to find new and innovative ways and allowing them to be able to participate.
So for our viewers and attendees here at the show, World Dairy Expo, we know is in many cases, like for us as staff members, a 365-day a year job. Can you talk about what do the other 360 days of the year look like for you and for Becky Bachman and the trade show team for World Dairy Expo?
Sure. Right after the show, the entire staff sits down and we think about what went well, what didn't go so good over the approximately 10 days that we're on site here at the Alliant Energy Center, and we talk through and start making changes immediately. We send out a post-show survey to our commercial exhibitors. We definitely want their feedback, after they've had time to go back to their offices and digest the week. So we ask for their feedback, and then in December, our Commercial Exhibitor Committee and World Dairy Expo Board of Directors meets, along with the Dairy Cattle Exhibitor Committee as well. But that's when our new structure sets out, new set of rules, any modifications that need to be made there. Contracts go out in January for renewal, and then for both trade show and sponsorship. And then the spring and summer is spent, kind of doing additional selling, doing additional movement within the trade show of companies, new sponsorships. We're always looking to do something new and different. So it's all logistics at that point.
Sure, definitely. Where does the inspiration for some of those new and different things come from for you?
As far as, sponsorships and things, there's some creativity that we can play with. The technology and development of graphics and things really allow us to do a lot. For example, one partner is Monarch Media here in Madison, which is actually just down the road from our offices. They started with us in 2013 with one small little sign, and this year they put up nearly 100 graphics around the ground. So, an adhesive graphic that was an opportunity that we didn't have before that now we're really building on, that allows companies to expose their brand in more new and different locations around the grounds.
Yeah, and like another partner, we think about Token Creek, who we've been working with for now it's 11 years.
Yes.
I mean, think of the growth and different things that we've been able to do there and just showcase so many new things, new sponsors, new companies. Can you talk about the work you do with Token Creek and that side?
Sure, absolutely. They are definitely the video experts, so I'm a little bit of a pass-through of information from Token Creek to the companies who are Expo TV sponsors, who are extremely valuable to the show and truly broadcasting the show to the world. An invaluable partner, Token Creek, and I'm just kind of the go-between and saying, here's your commercials, and here we go.
Yeah. Are you seeing any new trends in terms of booths or the way in which commercial exhibits are putting up their displays or how they're interacting with attendees here at World Dairy Expo?
Something that's become much more popular in the last couple of years is the virtual reality, the simulator. So you can put on a set of goggles and actually walk through a dairy barn, and people are showing off their stalls, their ventilation systems, mattresses, sand systems, things like that. So that's something that's been fairly new to the trade show here at World Dairy Expo, and it's very interesting and kind of fun to both both watch people do it, as well as, you know, put the goggles on yourself and see what they've got to showcase.
Absolutely. And on Tuesday evening of after the trade show got done, there is always a commercial exhibitor celebration and party gathering. And a new award was presented this year. Can you talk a little bit about that new award?
Yes, absolutely. Sadly, the World Dairy Expo team and the World Dairy Expo family lost a member this year in June. Kayla Sonnenberg passed away, and she was only with us for a very short time, but made an impact, a huge impact on the show, and specifically on the sponsorship program. So her attitude and her spirit was second to none. So we wanted to, the Commercial Exhibitor Committee actually brought this idea forward to commemorate her and honor her. We presented an award for the first time on Tuesday evening to an individual in the trade show who emulates her spirit. You know, always a positive attitude, always willing to jump in and help wherever they can. You know, always have a smile on their face and are pleasant to work with. So the winner of that award was Austin Turner of Turner Incorporated out of Idaho. And he was truly honored and humbled, so that was very fun to see that presented.
That's exciting. How it's just so special and so great to be able to carry on Kayla's legacy, and we know it's happening in so many different ways.
Yes.
So as the show is, we're Thursday of World Dairy Expo, give me one nugget of something can't miss for or viewers online, or something they should be checking out on the website related to the commercial exhibits?
Well, tell you what, the funnest part of what I do is not what, you know, necessarily World Dairy Expo brings to the show, but it's the commercial exhibitors. When they're moving in, when they're setting up, when they're launching their new products or showcasing their latest and greatest products, services, that they're truly what brings the new to World Dairy Expo. We do have on our website the Innovation Unveiled page, which is kind of a Pinterest style layout where you can click on new products that are featured in the trade show and get some more information. If you're not on grounds here, you can click on their website and follow that link and get more information that way. So you know, there's tons of items. We've got cooled water beds in the trade show this year. We've got some new foot bath braking technology and foot baths. Ventilation, of course, is always popular, and some new technologies there. So
we always hear it, you know, too, that I think our cows, you know, you go out to the barn and they're better taken care of or cleaner than our house is. Now, one last question for you.
Yes.
We know, and if some of our viewers have had a chance to attend World Dairy Expo, they know it's a huge campus. And like many of our dairy operations, there's a lot of ground to cover. You cover the World Dairy Expo campus quite well on your Segway. Do you have any Segway driving tips?
Don't hit anything.
Right.
Curbs are tricky. Don't hit a curb. Otherwise, just go slow and you'll be fine.
Words to live by in so many different regards. Thank you again for joining us, Crystal. And yesterday, we once again recognized outstanding booths. Those awards were presented by Econoprint, and winning Wednesday's Small Outstanding Booth Award was PMI. Trans-Ova Genetics was the Intermediate Outstanding Booth Award winner, and Comfort Hoof Care was recognized with the Large Outstanding Booth Award. And in the barns, the combined crew of Red Bray Dairy, Jen Lair, and Blackview from Muscadet, Wisconsin was the Herdsmanship winner. Their award is presented by Select Sires. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly after a word from our sponsors.
newest member of Dairy Tech's herd was bred to help you with the newest member of yours. She's the perfect cross of Dairy Tech pasteurization technology and the simplicity of the perfect udder colostrum management system. At half the price of any competitive product on the market, pasteurizing and warming your colostrum has never been easier or more cost-effective. Say hello, Matilda. Check her out at perfectudder.com.
You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Welcome back. You're taking a live look at that line that always forms about this time of day at the Badger Dairy Club cheese stand. So Badger Dairy Club is a student organization on the UW-Madison campus made up of largely dairy science and College of Agriculture students, but many students and friends of dairy science kids. So this is the largest fundraiser for the Badger Dairy Club, and it's a long-standing tradition. And once you get out to World Dairy Expo, make sure you get one of those grilled cheese sandwiches. I think they taste better here. Maybe it's the more butter. I'm not really sure. And the chocolate shake. Serving as a meeting place of the global dairy industry and with an eye to all facets of the dairy industry, World Dairy Expo again hosted the Dairy Products Contest auction on Tuesday evening. The Dairy Products Contest, sponsored by the Wisconsin Dairy Products Association, is the only contest of its kind in North America, since no other national contest includes all dairy products. This means that cheese, butter, yogurt, all the good stuff, ice cream, cottage cheese, fluid milk, whipping cream, sour cream, and whey processors have a unique opportunity to compete in a prestigious all-dairy national contest. That's making me hungry. Earlier this summer, regular vanilla ice cream from the chocolate shop right here in Madison, Wisconsin was selected as the ice cream champion. Whole chocolate milk received top honors as the Grade A Grand Champion from Prairie Farms Dairy in Somerset, Kentucky. And the Grand Champion cheese and butter hailed from Emmy Roth in Monroe, Wisconsin. We have a busy day here at World Dairy Expo that's planned for you. The Brown Swiss Cow Show started this morning. You're looking live at some of the footage from yesterday's show back on the colored shavings. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to participate in the Railbird contest, which is in the Brown Swiss Junior 3-year-old cow class. Instructions can be found inside your catalog, which you can also view online, and in the Expo Daily Edition, which is published by Dairy Star. Like the many years before, and certainly an annual tradition, Swiss yodelers will again lead the Parade of Champions in for the selection of Grand Champion of the International Brown Swiss Show. Later today, the International Guernsey and International Red and White shows will get started. We are looking forward to a busy day with 144 heifers and 165 heifers expected to walk through the show rings respectively. Then, the day is not over. The colored shavings don't get a rest. We're followed by the World Dairy Expo Youth Showmanship Contest. I heard we have over 300 entries again in this year's showmanship contest. Back in the exhibition hall, Jason Karzis, Senior Extension Associate, Pro Dairy at Cornell University, will take a deep dive into determining whether you are raising the right number of heifers for your farm. This seminar will be right after our news broadcast at 11 a.m. in Mendota Room 1. Then at 1 p.m., Dr. Tom Furman and Terry Batcher, consultants for Dairy Works Management Systems, will discuss KPIs, your yardstick to improve what matters on your operation. Again, this year, continuing education credits can be earned by members of the American Registry of Professional Animal Scientists, ARPS, and the American Association of State Veterinary Boards, the RACE program. 1 credit in each program can be earned for each one of this year's Expo educational seminars. Catch up on the great social events at Expo next, and first, a word from our sponsors.
The newest member of Dairy Tech's herd was bred to help you with the newest member of yours. She's the perfect cross of Dairy Tech pasteurization technology and the simplicity of the perfect udder colostrum management system. At half the price of any competitive product on the market, pasteurizing and warming your colostrum has never been easier or more cost-effective. Say hello, Matilda. Check her out at perfectudder.com.
broadcast.
Welcome back to the show. We're looking at the arena building where we have more commercial exhibits as well as our forage education seminars. And if you are coming in for World Dairy Expo today, be sure to check out the Tan Bark located on the east side of the sale pavilion. Open today at 11 a.m. for lunch, which will be served until 3 p.m. Tonight's happy hour is hosted by Turner Incorporated, and that'll take place from 4 until 6 p.m. While you're visiting the Tan Bark, take a load off and watch the finest dairy cattle in the world on the two 60-inch TVs with the live Expo TV feeds. You won't miss a minute of the show. This morning's social shout out comes from Yannicka Lynn on Instagram saying, "I think this says enough." And you can see that grilled cheese sandwich looking at the globe. Make sure to share your photos using the hashtag WDE18 to possibly see your photo here. That's all the time we have this morning. Thanks again for tuning in, and be sure to join us again tomorrow for WXPO News at 10 as we share more results, stories, and moments right here on Expo 360.